Volume 9 has officially wrapped up, and we discuss quite easily the most uplifting finale of the show. That on today's episode of BrobusCast RWBY Edition. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. I'm your host, Brobuscus. With me today is Aidan.
It is finale time.
And Mate.
This is it. I couldn't think of anything good to say.
This is it indeed, though. You're right. So you guys got a little bit of a break with the Death Battle podcast I just uploaded, but we're back.
Yes.
But we're here today to talk about the Volume 9 finale. It is actually already over. What the hell?
It does not feel like it's been like 10 weeks.
No.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, and we've been waiting for this volume for like 2 years. And
Yeah.
now it's just
so
over.
for it to be already be over, it feels weird. But yes, Volume 9, Chapter 10 of Solitude and Self. So, real quick, anything you guys want to say before we jump in? I shall take the silence as no. Alright, although I do have one thing to say. Now that the volume is over. The subtitles still don't work.
Alright. I got it in there one last time.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, we had to reach the quota, and it's better talking about it now than when we actually get into the episode.
Right.
True.
Besides,
I think the people will be happy. This is probably the last time we're going to mention it until at least Volume 10.
Yeah.
So, or maybe like a Volume 9, like full volume review, if we want to do that. But...
Yeah.
Maybe. Speaking of Volume 10, I just want to say, hashtag Greenlight Volume 10.
Hashtag
Yes.
Greenlight Volume 10.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to,
Yeah,
every time I look on Twitter, there's
I'm
something RWBY related is trending.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Volume 10 at all. But even still, do it.
I'm worried about the wait.
Yeah, I'm a little...
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I'm worried about the wait, but that's really,
But not about Volume 10 happening. I'm, fairly convinced,
Right.
but regardless, still...
I mean, I'm looking on Crunchyroll. I'm looking on Crunchyroll right now. The show has, almost 13,000 reviews on it with a 4.7 stars. So, yeah, I don't think this show's going anywhere anytime soon. Unless Crunchyroll
I'm
is...
honestly convinced that, something is going to get set at RTX this year, which I'll be at, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah. Actually, I think I will too, probably. So, and that'll come up again later. I have the place.
I wish I could, but the card did not work out in my favor.
Right.
Oops.
I have the place I'm staying at booked. I just need to buy my badge and find a cheap flight, and then I'll be set.
Oh, dude, I have my badge, hotel, flight, and travel insurance all booked. Well, the last thing I need to do is book my visa.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. Now that now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it. So, the episode begins, and Summer is still reading his story to baby Ruby and baby Yang. It's pretty great. That she just finishes up, and they are fast asleep.
and she tells him, "I love you just the way you are." And this actually got me teary-eyed when I watched it because that's something that my mum has said to me.
Oh.
Same, bro.
But yeah, she puts the book down, she puts the emblem down, and then she walks away. And obviously turns the lights off, but man, this like moonlight shading, it's like I'm not used to seeing this, and whenever I see it, I'm like, oh man, it's pretty great.
I'm also not gonna bore people with going into like into analyzing like the shotting of this scene. Gonna avoid the pretentious film major explanation for you.
Anyways, hi Ty. Been a while since we've seen you.
And Ty will proceed to have more screen time and lines in this one scene than he has in the past 4 volumes.
Oof.
And you get to reappear on Ice Queendom at least.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And we finally get to see his and Summer's dynamic, and they're pretty great together.
They're cute.
They're cute. But yeah, so Summer's leaving, and she's like, "Don't worry, I'll be back." And Ty, very confidently, is like, "Yeah, I know." Which, oof. That's all I really have to say to that.
What we know.
That's all I really have to say to that. Just oof. And now we get this scene, and this is the "I have so many questions" scene. But yeah, as Summer is walking along the path, oh, by the way, hi Raven. Nice of you to drop by, literally.
Yeah, I really did not think the Raven would appear in this volume.
Of all characters, like Raven took me by complete surprise. Also, she lands like Spider-Man. Or I guess it'd be Spider-Woman in this case. I don't know. You get what I...
Superhero landing, there we go.
Superhero landing. But yeah, Raven's like, "So, do they know?" And Summer's like, nah, they're out of the loop. And okay, so this one shot of animation after that got Twitter riled up.
Oh, did you see the like Rosebird trend?
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. It's just Raven, like, as she's saying, like, "Oh wow, Summer Rose telling lies." Like, it's the way her eyes move and the smile on her face. It's like, apparently that got so many people being like, "Oh my gosh!" like, I'm like, oh, okay. I just kind of, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents out there. No, I don't think this hints that they were like or ever have been lovers.
I mean, it's not my position
I don't personally
to.
think so.
I mean, it's not my position to say. So like, I don't know. You do you, I guess. We're probably never. This is probably the closest you're gonna get to it. So like,
unless they do a Team Star prequel series.
Which,
that's
if
true
they
too.
Do, I really hope it's like Ty, Summer, and Raven having this like weird love triangle, and there's just and Crow's just there being sick of it.
Yeah.
Like if that results in that happening, then I'm all for it. Because I just love it if Crow just the entire time is just fed up with all like the tension and everything, and just doesn't care. That'd be great.
Crow's just sitting there like groaning and drinking, like, it's like
just saying to himself, "Oh, just bang already."
It's like these freaking people. But anyways, yeah. So, Raven's like, "So you're just gonna leave them?" Like, wow, coming from you, that's.
I know when Raven
Summer
shames
says
you.
that too.
Like,
I know.
Yeah,
When
it's like
Raven of all people shames you for leaving your family.
yeah. And the look on Summer's face, like, you know, we've known this woman like all this time, but we've only seen her on screen for a collective total of like 2 minutes, and I already love her.
Oh Oh yeah, at bare minimum, second best RWBY mom.
Yeah.
It's also
For,
it's very
for
interesting.
anyone
just
who is
this-
wondering, Carly is first place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, easy.
Mhm.
And
It
Willow
is-
is third.
It is quite interesting though to see this side of Raven.
Yeah. Because we're used to the like loner, like I don't need help, Raven,
Yeah.
and this time we're getting like man, I wish I could be a family person, but I'm just not. That's just not who I am. And I'm like,
And also
oh,
like having banter with her friend as well.
yeah. I'm just like, oh,
completely
okay.
different.
Like, it's this like new perspective on her. I'm not used to it. I'm like, okay. Raven's fascinating to me, like as a character. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, man, I'll be up front. I did not like this girl at first. But then again, who did?
So did I.
Mhm.
I
But
actually just didn't like how super vague she was, and like,
yeah,
alright, you can either find out from Crow or from me.
yeah,
Crow! No shit!
yeah. But it's like her final talk with Yang in Volume 5 plus this scene. I'm like, where's her story going? I want to know more.
Yeah,
I mean, we
and,
know she's going to be back in the story in some semblance.
Yeah.
Even before this scene, but like this is all but confirmed, and I wouldn't be surprised that Raven's coming back, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is if it's next volume she makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a theory on this, because, okay, so the rest of the scene is that Raven opens a portal, and her and Summer walk through it.
Not entirely sure who she
So-
opened a portal to, but that's besides the point.
There's
I mean,
two
I'm guessing-
potential candidates. There's Crow, or just someone from her bandit tribe.
I
Yeah,
think it's more like the Bandit Tribe person, because
Yeah, I don't think it's Crow.
Yeah, because Crow said that he had no idea what happened to Summer, but like
Well,
if a few
to
days
be
before
fair-
Summer died, Raven and Summer teleported to him and then went somewhere else, I think he would like put the dots together
Yeah.
if
Well,
that
to be
actually
fair,
happened.
I remember do you guys remember Volume 4 when Crow was poisoned?
Yeah.
When he was on that stretcher, he was murmuring to himself, "Ty, she's not coming back."
Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
that have been in reference to Summer?
Maybe.
I think so, but I think that's more likely Raven told Crow not wanting to go back to Tai and Yang, so Crow kind of had to be the one to pass it on to Tai.
Yeah.
Maybe. But at least we know, like, Raven knows what happened.
Well, I'm not sure.
Or at least she might.
She might.
I
But
think
was
Raven
involved.
knows the most out of all the characters except for probably Salem.
yeah.
Because I think we're all fairly confident that this was like them going on a mission to fight Salem, and then this is probably where Raven learns that Salem's immortal.
Maybe,
Is
yeah.
my guess.
That's possible, yeah. But what I'm left wondering, like, what actually did happen? Like, is she, like,
Well-
I've been working under a theory that she's probably still alive. Because we never,
I've had a theory like that too, and it goes one of two ways.
yeah,
Either she's in hiding for whatever reason, or she's, like, working for Salem as maybe, like, a double agent sort of thing.
yeah,
And my only reasoning for thinking that is, again, from Volume 4, when Cinder's trying to get the handle on her Grim arm, and one of those, like, Oracle Grim walk in, or float in, I should say,
yeah,
and Salem talks to someone on the other side, saying, "Keep looking, the relic is there."
mm-hmm,
Watts was on his way to Mistral
yeah,
to speak to Lionheart.
yeah,
Hazel was on his way to speak to Adam and Sienna.
yeah,
Cinder's right there, so are Mercury and Emerald.
Yeah.
Tyrion was on his way to Mistral to hunt down Ruby.
yeah, Who the hell was she talking
Who
to?
was she talking
Yeah.
to?
Also, I know I've seen people bring up like, oh, she's probably like an alternate version of the Hound, which she might be, but it's very heavily implied that the Hound is like Salem's first like successful attempt to do something like this.
Right.
So I don't think that at least like exactly like with the Hound is what happened with Summer.
Right.
Though that is Ruby's theory, I'm pretty sure, like, in canon, that's what she thinks happens to Summer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all she has to go off of.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's... It's a fair assumption.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's an unfair assumption, I'm just saying, like, that's what the characters, at least Ruby and Yang, think.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it could be, but just probably something a little bit different.
Right.
Although, after this scene, could you imagine Raven turns up, and Ruby's just done? Like, she wants answers. Like, tell me what happened.
What happened?
What do you know?
I could just imagine Raven...
Don't be vague this time. Give us a straight answer.
Although, honestly, I can imagine Raven just being like, if you want the honest truth, I have absolutely no idea.
I'm betting it's that, but I don't want it to be that.
Yeah, it's like, we got separated somehow.
Believe that if Robin is there as well.
Right.
Like, if she uses her semblance to make sure Raven is telling the truth.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe they got separated somehow, and, like, I don't know, maybe Summer left something behind, and Raven took that as like, well, I guess she's dead. I don't know, working theory, but I don't think it's as simple as, oh, she's just dead now. Like, I really don't think it's that simple. Well, anyways, so everything we just saw, yeah, Ruby saw it too.
That begs the question, how did that happen?
Well, she's kind of in, like, this, like, afterlife sort of realm. So, I don't know, maybe she saw it through...
Given what we find out later in the episode, like, let's not even dance around it. She's basically talking to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe the blacksmith showed her.
Yeah, I guess, probably.
Although this also begs the question of why is Summer's axe here? Or is it really here?
Maybe it's just like a recreation.
Maybe. I mean, I was about to say, well, then how would the blacksmith know? But like we said, she's basically God, so...
Yeah. And not even, like, God like the brothers, like, God Big G.
Yeah.
It's like God.
It's like God with a capital G. Yeah, you're gonna want to remember that we're saying this, by the way. Well, anyways, so Ruby is basically us. Like, what was that? Why did she go with Raven? Why did she lie to us? It's like, yeah, that's it. Ruby's basically asking all the questions that we're asking ourselves. Like, although she doesn't exactly take this news to very well, as she just straight up pushes the thing over and it shatters. So, yeah, not exactly feeling good about what she just saw, which, you know, understandable.
Yeah, and because of that, she doesn't understand, like, you know, what's the lesson? Am I supposed to just give up? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That I should just become someone else?
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to look. I do not see the axe anymore, so yeah, it's probably just a recreation. Yeah. Either that or the camera angle is just not showing me for some reason. So anyways, hi, Jean.
God damn it, I hate your mind sometimes.
Oh no.
No, I'm just noticing the timestamp of the moment it cuts to Jean surrounded by smoke. It's 4:30.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to know. I don't.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm not gonna bring that back anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't think I want to. Okay, so Jean is flickering between his.
Don't get it. It's funnier.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Jean is currently flickering between his current and younger self. I smell foreshadowing. I smell some serious foreshadowing. But then Alex shows up out of absolutely freaking nowhere. Glad that they're using this model for more than just the intro.
And
know, right?
now they have a voice.
Yeah, it was Shara Kirby was the voice of Alex. That's
Oh,
Back-
I've heard that name before.
that's Batgirl and Storm in their death battles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what else. I'm pretty sure they've been. I know they've been in other things too, but I could probably look it up and find something that I'm familiar with. But as it stands, that's what I got. But yeah, you know what's funny to me is that during the lead up to this episode, you know, we heard the line like "You never were the hero" in the trailer, and everyone thought that was the narrator voice that we later learned was Summer. So I don't know. People were like speculating that like the line "You never were the hero" was meant for Ruby. And it's like that. I see this scene. I'm like, well, that's 10 weeks of speculation thrown out the window. Because no, it was meant for Jean. And Alex is basically saying like, yeah, you kind of suck at this, don't you? And Jean's just like, yeah. It's like he can't even argue with it. It's just,
John's
yeah.
just like harsh but fair.
Yeah. But Alex is like, well, here's your chance. You know, maybe you can become the hero. Maybe you can become. I think her words like be the man you always wanted to be. And with what was going to be a handshake, now Jean is out of the smoke. And then some leaves catch on fire. That's pretty interesting. See, when I saw that, I thought that was going to be a bad thing.
Yeah, I remember thinking, oh, that's gonna spread and it's gonna burn the tree down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my thought process too.
But as we learn later, nah, it's not. But we'll get to that. But anyways, Team RWBY minus Ruby are fighting Curious Neo. And I don't know, maybe this is to be expected, but they're not really doing very well.
Also, I just paused at like the frame where like Blake's about to hit Curious Neo, and then they do like the grin. Ugh.
I hate that grin so much. Although we do get a freezer burn.
Grins that Neo's face makes.
Yeah. Although we see freezer burn for the first time since it was introduced to us.
In Volume 2.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat. We get team attacks without Ruby having to call them out. So that's pretty cool.
Could you just imagine from like the Ruby tree body?
But yeah, as cool as that move. Oh wait, never mind. Tree falls between them. And John is like, "Hey, burn the leaves." I'm like, "Oh wait, that's a good thing." Like, where? It's like, where is this going?
Burn the tree, trust me.
Yeah, burn our way home down. Trust me.
Burn down God.
But it creates smoke that I guess was meant to mean something, but Curious is just like, ha, you think this means something? Please. And very much nonchalantly inhales the stuff. And that
have an immunity.
that freaking grin. That I've seen this grin memed, like I'm just like, I don't like it's I think it's weirder because it's coming from Neo. Like I'm so used to Neo like smirking. Not have this like giant grin on her face. So it's weird. It's creepy, and I don't like it. But yeah, he's like, sorry, they're like, you think this works on me, please? And John's like, nah, I didn't think it would work on you. I thought it would work on Neo.
Which was a genius move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
It also makes sense because John was also at the herbalist, so he knows about the effects of what the tree leaves can do.
And man, blink and you'll miss it. But I'm trying to pause it at the I'm trying to pause it at the right time, but
Curious's faces.
Yeah, but it's one frame, and it's like it's hard to pause on it. But yeah, there's a shot where you can see both Neo and the Curious Cat's faces over as like an effect over her body. But yeah,
and I just want to bring up. I saw some speculation of like, I don't know how they could exorcist the cat out of Neo when people were like, oh, they would reach out to Neo like, Neo, you have to fight. I'm just like, why would they care?
No, I don't know why they would care.
They don't.
As heartless as that sounds, just like, I don't really get why.
But like, she's a murdering, like psychopath that caused their friend to like drink from the tea of the tree, which, like, it makes sense why they don't really care too much about.
Yeah. But yeah, this smoke and like illusion copies of Cinder, RWBY, Tortrick, and Neo's parents.
What I find interesting is that RWBY is in her like Volume 1 to 3 design.
I know, right?
Cinder's is in her like Volume 7 design.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. Maybe those are Neo's favorites outfits for them.
Maybe.
Well, then why show that? Wouldn't it be? Neo hates those two. Neo hates those two. Wouldn't they? I don't know. Anyways. Anyways, Curious is out of Neo. Yeah. So all the speculation I heard that and that I thought that Curious possessing Neo just straight up killed her. Yeah. Turns out that's not true. Oh well. I say oh well. I honestly do really like her ultimate fate, but we'll get to that.
I think it kind of makes sense that thinking about it more, it kind of makes sense that Neo didn't die because I don't think that because we know that the cat wanted to go back with Alex, and wasn't willing to kill Alex before then, so it makes sense why the possession just wouldn't kill them.
Right.
It's just okay, I'll go in your body to go through the portal, and then I'll jump out, and then job done.
But yeah, Neo. Oh, yes.
I was just thinking, could you imagine if it didn't work anyway?
I know.
Tries to go through the portal, but the cat is just like pulled from their bodies. And he's just there, they're just there, for fuck's sake!
God damn it!
But yeah, Neo pieces out and almost passes out even. And yeah, it turns out this plan is a neat plan and all, and it does get rid of having to deal with a bunch of illusions. But overall, I'd say this plan actually made things worse.
Because the Curious Cat has achieved their final form.
Yeah, and before we could see them absolutely wreck house, we cut back to RWBY. And yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. I got the good camera shot. That axe is just straight up not there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 'Twas a fake. But yeah, the blacksmith more or less is just like, all right, look, you can sit there all you want, but please pick something.
I have other appointments to get to.
Yeah, and I'm about to get another one in a few minutes. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So please pick something.
And in the midst of this, we do see the Curious Cat and the team fighting, and pause at the right moment. You'll get this frame, which I'm about to send you both.
I think I know what where this is going.
So can we agree Blake won this volume?
I knew it. Well, without getting into too much detail, basically, Curious flings Yang at Blake, and they both fall over. That's all it is. That is all it is. You don't need to pause at a specific frame. No, we don't need to talk about that. We can move on now.
I'll just say to people, go double check the episode and rate it higher.
Yeah, you can do that.
Alone.
But we also see Curious absolutely body Jean, and his aura is gone. Although credit to Juniper.
It's one of those anime gut punches where hits him so hard the spit flies out.
Yeah. Although credit to Juniper, while Jean is out for the count, they're like, I will defend you with my life.
She.
Oh, she. That's right. Okay, we do get it. We do get proper. I was about to say proper pronouns. No, that's not how that works. Anyways, so Ruby stops at a particularly familiar-looking dagger, but we don't need to worry about that because another one right behind her is glowing red. And as if the blacksmith is like, yeah, I knew you would pick that one. All the other monoliths are lowering down. Ruby doesn't need to worry about them anymore. And the one that's glowing just so happens to be Crescent Rose.
And she asks, what if I choose this one? And the blacksmith tells her, well, then maybe that girl is enough.
Yep. Also, I'm just realizing...
full circle.
Yeah. Also, I'm just realizing this blacksmith is huge.
Oh, yeah.
I know Ruby's kind of a midget, but the two of them standing next to each other, that blacksmith is huge. Well, anyways, what follows next, honestly, might be one of the hypest moments on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. We get the instrumentals for the beginning of Red Light Roses.
Yep.
And
in
if you don't feel something here,
yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know. The confident smile on Ruby, the music that's playing in the background, the visuals that are almost too familiar to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And also just the amount of callbacks to the Red trailer.
Yeah.
When you see Ruby through the light, it looks like she's in her old outfit. Just
yeah. I thought honestly, for a second, I thought she was.
Yeah, so did I.
I thought they were gonna do a mix of her current outfit and then her volume 3 design. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
At first when I saw it.
But no, she still has her current look, but she does get her emblem back, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. And everyone's just relieved that, not only is she okay, but she's still her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because she was always enough.
Yep.
And Curious is also ecstatic about this.
Yeah. Also, where did Juniper go? I'm looking at the shot of them all looking at Ruby and Jean's getting up. Juniper's just not here.
No, it's because of the white light. Juniper just kind of camouflage fades into the light.
Well, no, the light's already gone.
I know. I just wanted to make the joke.
Okay. Juniper saw the light and was like, "Oh shoot, gotta go."
The light spooked her.
It spooked her. Yeah, that's true.
Demon Cat No problem. Bright lights.
Yeah, really. Um, and then we get one of the coolest things ever. Like this entire sequence is amazing. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This is awesome.
And
Probably like one of my favorite bits of choreography in the past couple of volumes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And I mentioned callbacks to the Red trailer. Dude, even to the point, Curious Cat basically looks like a Beowulf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they knew exactly what they were doing for this.
Yeah. Also, I can't help but notice that a lot of the choreography here plays callback to not just the Red trailer, but also Crow's fight with Tyrion in Volume 7.
I noticed that as well. Like, she pulls the same move.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because he trained her.
Yeah.
I also really like as well that this emphasizes Ruby's speed, because she is like on constant offense, and then when she needs to go on defense, it's like a quick like snap back and then back to attacking.
Yeah. And just the smirk. She makes a smirk, and I love it. Ruby Rose is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, when you get like the shot of her face as she's swinging the scythe, like before the smirk, it's like not of like anger, it's not of like being afraid or scared anymore. It is just pure raw determination to win.
Yeah. And now her teammates have come to play. And
sorry, someone made a joke about this on Twitter. I can't not think it now. When Blake goes to attack, someone commented that it looks like she's like the pose that she's in. It looks like she's about to do like a Macho Man elbow drop.
Yeah.
From the top rope.
I mean, she is the cream of the crop, and no one does it better.
There you go.
She is best girl.
Yeah, there you go. Weiss does try to summon a Nevermore, and she does, for the first time ever, she does manage to actually pull it off, and then it gets blasted.
Know, right?
Like, and then it just immediately gets blasted away. Oof.
It's something.
It's something. No, I agree.
It's also a nice, like, it's nice that it's a Nevermore to, like, specifically, because that was, like, the first monster they, like, fought as a team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get something that I'm sure a lot of people, myself included, admittedly, were heavily waiting on. Especially the Weiss fans. We get the return of time dilation.
Max.
Is
Time
it time?
dilation is back.
Okay, okay, I was just double checking the glyphs, because
Yeah.
at first I thought it didn't look like it had the clock hands like it did in Volume 2.
Well, regardless, the effect that it has on Team RWBY kind of gives off that impression anyway.
Yeah, and you can also see as they're bouncing from glyph to glyph, it's also using gravity dust as well. Or
Yeah.
the gravity glyphs.
Yeah.
To, like,
It
increase
also-
the like, impact.
Also, because of like how fast they're moving and they're just represented by like their respective aura colors, I've seen people point out it looks like a combination of an all-out attack from Persona 5,
Yeah.
appropriate given Robbie Damon,
Yeah.
and the Team Blast
Yeah.
Team Sonic from Sonic
Yes.
Heroes.
Yeah.
I've seen so many.
I saw-
I've seen so many. Like after the attack, like someone did like a "This is the superpower of teamwork."
I straight up saw like the audio from Sonic Heroes we spliced into there. I'm like, yeah, like, pretty much.
Where's the AMV of this fight? And it's just what I'm made of.
That'd be fun. But we also get them, like, they're all together and they're all about to do this one final strike on the cat, and they're glowing their respective colors, and they're surrounded by their aura colors. It's pretty great.
Weiss is just like, oh, you want me to use time dilation? I'll show you fucking time dilation.
Yeah, it's like you wanted it. There you go. But yeah, the cat is defeated. Thank God. Just imagining this monster in Remnant. I'm like, no, please no, please no. It's like we already have enough problems as is with an immortal witch lady. We don't need you on top of that. Thank you.
I have something I do want to say about the cat later on, but we'll get to that eventually.
Okay. But yeah, the cat's basically like, why did you, how are you able to beat me? You're supposed to be broken. But Team Ruby's like, nah. We good.
Yeah, she's never been any of those things, and that's why they follow her.
Yeah. But it's like, well, we're gonna leave now, so goodbye.
Also, I do want to say this whole thing, like, to add to the Persona vibes, the villain gets defeated, goes to their base form, complains about losing, and then it's like a power of friendship speech.
Yeah.
Like, that isn't a criticism. I just, like, I really like how, like, that is so Persona. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, Curious does try to make one last move, but then, nope, there's 5 Jabberwockers about to eat this thing alive.
Yep, and, they beg for mercy.
Yeah. It's nice knowing you, Robbie Damon, but, also see ya, sucker.
You know,
It's also, like, it's existence erasure as well. It's not even death.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, I saw a tweet from one of the animators just saying it was an honor to kill you, right?
I saw that too.
yeah, and then Robbie David replied,
"It's an honor to be killed."
I didn't. Okay, that I didn't see. That's fun. But yeah, I guess thanks, Neo. Like, that feels weird to say out loud, but
honestly, they would have been fine.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you know.
They could have easily just backhanded him, and they would have been fine.
honestly, I thought that was what was going to happen. I thought Neo was just gonna, like, kick Curious off the side of the tree.
It's just a lunge in the dramatic music, and then all of a sudden, psh, it's like off the tree.
Yeah, just like boots.
Like just
like
a bitch slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like sent flying off the tree.
And hey, Blake has done that to people before.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm not joking. Go back to Volume 2. She backhands a dude and sends him flying. Man, if that's how powerful her slaps are, some must have one durable face.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, hugs! We get hugs, and it's adorbs.
Yeah, it is. Also, like, go frame by frame. Watch Yang's eyes as she pulls Ruby in for that hug.
I know, right?
I know.
Like, she is desperate. I mean, I don't blame her, not one bit. But it's just like, man. That's how you know it's like, Ruby, don't ever do that again. And then we get this. Now, we've been having a lot of speculation on what would happen to Neo by the end of this volume. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think any of us expected this. And to be honest, I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I still wish Neo would have lost a fight throughout this series, but okay.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
we can't win them all.
Fair, Neo, I know Neo means a lot to a lot of people. Aside, like, as much as we've kind of like ragged on Neo during this entire podcast, like as a whole, we know, like, we are aware of the fact that Neo is a character that does mean a lot to people.
Right.
And having this kind of ending for Neo where she gets the opportunity to become whole again and to live a more fulfilling life, I know was the ending that a lot of people wanted for her character. So for the Neo fans, I'm happy that you got what you wanted.
Right. And for the cherry on top, we see Roman again.
I'll just say in my case, it doesn't help that I just tend not to feel sympathy for villains.
Yeah.
Like
I still don't feel too much sympathy towards her, but I just understand like other people's perspectives, and I'm happy that they got the end for the character they liked that they got, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just giving like my thing, and it's also why like a lot of my heroes' villains just don't work for me.
Right.
So I keep trying to make them sympathetic in some way, and I'm just like, I don't feel anything for these people. Like, well,
yeah, I get it. But anyways, Roman shows up. It's like, yeah, that's what you want, right? And Neo's like, nah, I think I'm just done. And man, I never thought I'd get emotional for involving Neo, but she sends the Torchwick clone away, knowing that he's not real. It's like, this is it. We're done. Neo bids farewell and jumps into the leaves of the tree, and that's the end. It's a little ambiguous. It's like, she's not dead, but
basically, if you're a Neo fan, you can draw your own conclusion as to what becomes of her.
Right. Yeah. But basically, to make an extremely long story short, I don't know. Regardless, I don't think we're gonna see Neapolitan again.
No.
To be honest, I don't think we should.
No. Best case scenario is that she will come back, but it will be as an entirely different person.
Yeah. Like, I'm expecting we'll probably see, like, whenever we get to, like, a series epilogue or something, we'll probably see, like, a brief moment of the, I guess, new Neo.
Yeah.
I've seen speculation of just, like, what if she's just reborn as Trivia and her memories get erased?
That's
so
possible,
you can't
too.
Really hold in. Wait, but another idea is that since she doesn't remember any of what she did, you can't hold it against her. I hate that idea because it's such a freaking cop-out.
Yeah, that's kind of a cop-out.
It's also, like, it would kind of ruin this episode of just next volume. It's like we see Trivia walk through, like, the portal door and be like, "Hi, guys, I'm here to help."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still think, like, with her semblance buff, they just made her too powerful to the point where she just shouldn't go back to Remnant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
also, if Neo has no ties back to Remnant, she can't go through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
if her memories are erased,
no memories.
It's impossible for her to go back.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is for the best, for, like, the reasons Mate said, but also because I think, like, for Neo as a person, like fake Torchwick said, like, not last episode, but, like, a few episodes ago, this world is, like, got so much more potential for someone like Neo.
Yeah.
So now that, like, you know, like, maybe the more, like, negative qualities won't exist in this new version of Neo.
Right.
You know, she'd probably be able to live a more fulfilling life here than she could have on Remnant.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Neo being, like, I don't know, like the new, I don't want to say savior, because there's not really much of a threat anymore with the cat gone, but,
And the Jabberwocker, too.
Right. Yeah, we never really did see what happened to that thing, so...
I mean, I think it's, like, confirmed.
Dead.
I guess it's just dead.
Which is kind of disappointing, because I still wanted to know what it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole fixing thing. But, I don't know, I guess we'll never find out, because Neo is Neo.
Neo is Neo.
We can all take comfort in knowing that even if she won't actually die, we're probably never going to see her again.
Yeah.
And if we do, it's not going to be
Yeah,
as
I'm good with that.
and if we do, it's not going to be as Neo.
Yeah. So like I said, the Neo fans are happy because Neo gets a more a happier ending than a lot of villains get. But
Yeah.
also the people that don't like Neo are content with the fact that she's no longer in the story anymore.
Right.
So it's a win-win, really.
Yeah. I'm cool with it. But yeah, Ruby reminisces also that, like, when she was under, basically, she never saw Little. Which,
And
yeah,
she at least wanted to say thank you or, like, say goodbye or something.
yeah. Like,
And Blake wonders if they made things worse in the Ever After, like Alex did.
I mean, it's a fair concern. But I guess we'll never know.
Until
Little
This
does show up.
happens.
Although it's
Well,
his, well,
technically,
kind of.
Also, I want to retract a point I made earlier about Little being the plush that's going to get sold to people.
No, this
Yeah.
is the plush that's gonna get sold.
Yeah, this is 1,000% the plushie that is going to be sold.
I think it should be too. Although that being said, I would still like a to scale plush to be sold in the store, just as a little thing for like RWBY cosplayers.
Yeah.
Just saying, the opportunity's right there.
Although speaking of RWBY, this is the biggest grin I've ever seen on her face in a few years now. And
she bobs up and down just like Penny did in Volume 7.
yeah. But then she's like, "Oh wait, shoot. Hi.
Yeah, because well,
We've never met before."
yeah.
We've never met before. Hi. My name is RWBY. Who are you? Or what are you? Whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah. And this individual doesn't know because they haven't thought about that yet. Asked, well, what do you think I am? And everyone says, well, I think you're like a friend, a protector, a guide, adorable.
It's like, yeah. I was about.
Do any of those sound right? And this person's like, somewhat. Yeah, somewhat. I'm somewhat of a lot of things.
New name accomplished.
Remember in the first episode when RWBY said what she was to Lissel, and Lissel was like, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes full circle. And look, I'm not gonna lie, this moment got me teary-eyed and like borderline crying.
I can see that.
I know it was like a meme, but I'm still a little bit sad we never got Long. Like, I really like this for them, but like at the same time, you know.
Yeah. Also, it goes without saying that, like, yeah, they're also wearing a scarf and a cape that looks very similar to Ruby's hood.
And they have like a little like couple of swaths of hair.
Yeah.
And they have like a brown like belt, like satchel thing on around their waist.
But yeah, somewhat, I guess as the case may be. It's like you do seem familiar.
Like a dream I can't quite remember.
Right.
And RWBY starts tearing up, saying that she's so glad to have met them. They hug.
It's
And
cute.
someone says, "It'll be okay, Huntress."
They do remember. That's
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, they remember."
Oh.
Yeah. It's like they do remember. Yay. I don't know if they actually.
So glad about it.
I don't know if they actually do, but that's my headcanon. You can't take that away from
Yeah.
me.
You know what? Something that Curious did say is the heart never truly forgets.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like obviously, like the experience and and whatnot, they still exist. Like they still are within their being. It's just they don't remember it.
Yeah. It's like subconscious memories, pretty much, or
Right.
like subconscious experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
And John has a little favor to ask of somewhat, which is, can you look after Juniper?
You know, I know.
Aidan says that she means the world to him.
Man, it's like I know a lot of people were really hoping that Juniper would come with them, but
I mean,
well,
we know they couldn't have, but
yeah, that's
she
just-
couldn't have, but still.
it's just not in the cards, I guess.
Also, I really love how earnest, like, somewhat is, like, I'm at your assistance, and I
Yeah.
would never leave her. Like, typical, like, hero energy, it's fun.
Yeah.
And the giggle that they have when they get on top of Juniper.
Okay, I know this is never going to happen, but I demand a Juniper...
I know, right?
somewhat spin-off.
I was about to say that. It's like, let's get
Get on that, E.C. Myers.
Yeah. Or,
yeah,
like, a book.
screw E.C. Myers. Let's get one of those like Fairy Tales of Remnant style videos with these two. And who knows? Maybe then we'll get to see the new Neo. So
Yeah.
you know, it's a win for everybody.
I mean, sure, if there's time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so much hate the more views this gets.
But yeah, they all hold hands and they walk through the gate, or I guess they jump through the gate. Like that's a little dramatic, but sure. And by the way, yes, the episode is still going. I honestly.
You glossed over this.
Oh, I did.
When everyone starts walking towards the door, Jean stays back a little bit to watch Somewhat and Juniper walk away and wipes tears from his eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That little detail, that's so sweet.
Yeah. But yes, the episode is still going. In fact, we're only halfway done. So, I mean, granted, halfway done, including credits and
Yeah.
quote unquote post credit scene. But we'll get to that.
This is, like, for me at least, I don't know if you guys felt the same, but I really thought this is where we were going to cut to, Vacuo. And this was going to be,
Yeah.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah,
a
but-
short Vacuo section from, the other characters' perspectives.
Yeah, but I was like, this is way too early to already be going back. And it turns out, yeah, it is. Because
Because we're at the blacksmith's workshop.
yep.
Yeah. And now it's time for lore.
Lots of lore. Holy crap. It's like, take everything you thought you knew, because it's probably wrong. But Blake does
Also,
ask, is this the tree? And it's like, well, kind of, yeah. And then John
Steps
decides.
forward, and the blacksmith says, "I've been waiting so long for you."
Yeah. Jean struts up and he takes a hero pose. I'm like, Jean, really? I credit you for style points, but at the same time, really? But yeah, so I guess, it kind of gives me the impression that they knew each other. At least they knew of each other, but okay. But I guess given what we know later about the blacksmith, then that might be true.
Yeah, Jean wants to know, is it true that Lewis made it back, but Alex didn't? And yeah, it is.
Well,
The girl who fell through the world was the story that Lewis wished it was.
oof.
But the girls spot a couple figurines.
Yeah, they look a little familiar, don't they? Look kind of dragon-like a little bit. Almost like the God of Light and the God of Darkness.
Wait a minute.
Nah, I'm probably reading too far into it.
Yeah, a bit of a reach there, I'll be honest.
Yeah. But they're like, wait, hold on. Those are the gods. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it turns out that they were actually the first inhabitants of the Ever After.
So, yeah, that changes things.
Yeah, that changes a lot of things.
It's like they're
And
technically not actually gods. Go figure.
I mean, it's kind of like what Salem was saying before, where it's like, when you have magic compared to, like, other people, you are, or like, when you're, like, really powerful, you are, to other people, essentially a god.
Right. But for the longest time, we were meant to take that literally. Like, they are actually gods. But no. They're just magic beings that were born in another world. They just have godlike power, but they're not actually gods.
And they were first given the power by the tree to destroy the land that was, and then build the land that will be.
Yeah. Although, actually, backtracking a little bit, their original forms are freaking adorable.
Yeah.
I've seen people want plushes of these.
Honestly, I would buy a plushie.
Yeah, honestly, I might buy one. They're so cute.
Little, somewhat, and baby gods.
Baby gods. Wow, this is weird. This is weird to actually say. It's like we thought these characters turned out completely differently from what we were told.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, oh well, okay. World-changing view, I guess.
They created life, and along with the roles they would play.
Yeah. But basically creating their own... They basically literally created their own fairy tale. So... Yeah.
And then Weiss asks if this is what they were supposed to do, then how did Remnant come about?
Well, you see,
They got a bit more daring with their creations. One could do their roles in their stead.
they got lazy. Let's just put it. Let's just call it like it is.
Yeah, basically. So
They
the
use
God of Light.
They use ChatGPT to do their homework for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the God of Light made the Curious Cat.
Yeah. And basically learned that the Curious Cat is not. It wasn't always what we saw. It was actually a pretty chill and nice cat.
Yeah.
So
Which I'm gonna bring this up now. I actually really feel bad for the Curious Cat. Like
a little bit, yeah.
Because it's like basically the Curious Cat was forced to take up a position by two people that just dumped on them and then ditched them. And then their entire purpose is to help other people, but eventually they got so broken and had no one to help them. Parallels. But yeah,
And there's also the whole like endless curiosity thing.
Yeah,
exactly. Like basically the cat was kind of doomed from its creation, and it was not its fault that this happened to it. Like obviously going back to what we've been talking about this volume about, like obviously bad backstory and stuff does not justify doing horrible things like,
right,
trying to kill people, but it does make me feel a lot more for the cat knowing this.
Yeah. Oh, and they also created the Jabberwocker because of course they did.
Which I said this a few episodes ago.
Yeah. But yeah, the Jabberwocker got a little too destructive, and the God of Light was just like, "Hey, we need to put a stop to this."
Now, your toy broke my toys,
yeah.
so I'm breaking it.
Oh, that's such
that's basically what it is.
You You smashed my Lego set, so I'm smashing yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is literally just like two siblings bashing action figures together.
Pretty much.
You break my toy, I break yours. That's just fair. Also, we see flowers. Well, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. We see flowers that represent Team RWBY because, you know, colors.
I have to backtrack through various messages to find this. Someone pointed out what all the different flowers symbolize.
Oh, okay, cool.
I gotta find it.
Oh, that's slightly less cool.
There we go, I found it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, a red rose, universal symbol of love, romance, desire, and ambition.
Okay.
The white lily, rebirth, innocence, and purity.
Ah, okay.
The purple lily, royalty, majesty, peace, justice, and control.
Fitting.
The yellow, they weren't entirely sure what flower specifically it was, but it's either a rosa, Della, I don't know. But it's meant to be friendship, cheerfulness, glee, and joy.
Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, I guess the Ever After just got so fed up with the gods screw up that they're basically created a gateway to kick them out.
Yeah, it really is just like older brother was doing something, younger brother started to copy him because the god of destruction was supposed to like destroy things, and the god of light was supposed to make things. God of destruction was like, hey, I want to do what my older brother's doing. Older brother was like, nah, breaks his toys. They start fighting, and then Tree Mom is like, okay, go to your rooms.
Like, the tree is basically like, oh, all right, cool. Thank you for the creations. Now get the hell out. Like,
Although
they don't want them there anymore.
It is said the door was kept open for the brothers' return.
Yeah.
And any of their creations.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Considering that they never do come back. Yeah.
All right, boys, you paid the house. I appreciate it. Now leave. You can come back when you stop fighting.
Well, that worked out. And that's how they basically left to create Remnant. I'm also just now realizing that this is the first time Jean has actually seen these people.
Oh yeah, because he wasn't there. He wasn't there for Jin's explanation.
Right. So I mean, obviously, Team RWBY told them everything, like, but this is the first time he's actually seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty neat. The fact that he doesn't have a single reaction about it is a little odd to me, but okay, I can let that go. It's not that big a deal.
And the blacksmith does talk about the impact that everyone had in the Ever After, and how one small act of kindness can lead to such an amazing transformation, and pulls out the figure of Somewhat, and we get all these flashbacks of Lissel.
It's nice.
Yeah,
It's so nice that
it reminded
RWBY's...
me of, like, you guys know the film Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
And its sort of sequel, Evan Almighty?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I do, but go ahead.
The moral of that one is just, like, basically just one act of random kindness at a time.
Yeah.
It's more or less this.
Yeah.
And I think it's a solid message.
Yep. Although they also bring the negative side of things out, and it's like, yeah, well, also one small mistake can lead to disaster. And Jean is like, well, Alex lied to the cat, so
And there was no one to bring the cat back to the tree.
right.
And we see like a little crack on the figure.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point this out as well. So we have the figures of all the different characters on this table, and Curious's one is a different shade, which imply because Curious is assumedly like been erased from existence, right?
Sure.
Well, I mean, Juniper's was a different shade.
Was it? It's not as distinct as Curious is, because Curious is more of like
Go back and check.
it's more of like a dark
No.
brown, whereas
No, Juniper's
Juniper
is
and-
pretty much the same.
yeah, whereas like Juniper's is more of like a lighter brown, compared to Curious.
No, I mean
So-
like the majority.
Yeah, but one of those figures was also Hawker as well. So maybe that implies Hawker didn't get
Oh yeah.
soul erased. I guess I don't know.
Huh.
It's just like
Or is
it
at least
brought-
getting remade from scratch or something.
yeah, something like that. So Hawker fans, there you go.
There you go. So Ruby asks, so hey, so what's gonna, what be the haps with Neo? Like, is she gonna be okay? I'm like, Ruby, you sweet soul, you definitely have a lot more, empathy for this character than I do. Like, Neo never would have come to my mind.
No mine, honestly.
Same.
But yeah, the blacksmith's basically like, well, she'll find herself. I mean, I know Ruby said that earlier, but it's basically repeating that.
Yeah, and basically have the opportunity to mend her broken heart.
Yeah. And while they're going off about this, I guess it's the she. She pulls out a dagger, a very familiar looking dagger.
Yeah, and Jean recognizes it as Alex's.
Yeah, and it's like, how the hell do you have this? And I'm just like, well, Jean, Jean being clueless as always, I guess.
Yeah. But the blacksmith says that when Alex's life came to an end, well, there was a promise that she left behind, and it was to fix what she had broken.
Yeah.
And okay, so Alex did not ascend,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yes.
That is the
Did.
implication.
It wasn't brought up. When Joan grabs the dagger, he starts glowing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Why am I glowing? There's a brief flash of Alex, and Jean is young again.
Yay! Although he does still have the white strands in his hair.
Yeah, I kind of wish they changed up his outfit a bit. Personally, I know why, because it's probably easier, like animation wise, to use the same model, and they'll
Yeah.
probably
Oh,
like
yeah.
update his look volume 10.
Yeah. But yeah, Jean is just like, oh my gosh, I'm me again, or at least I'm back to how I was before I went to the Ever After. Like,
And he's just like, wait, this is what I sounded like?
yeah. It's kind of funny because like I'm hearing this voice again. I'm like, man, it took me like 2 episodes to get used to the new Jean voice.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm like, huh?
I was so used to the new one, I forgot how like higher pitched Miles does John's voice
Yeah.
at times.
Well, it gets Weiss cracking up at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do want to just throw this out there. So, a couple moments in this volume did make me warm up to the idea of White Knight being a thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Jean being young again, now I have no issue.
Yep, I'm cool with it.
So, if they
I mean,
want
to be fair,
to do that,
yeah.
go for it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Or if they want to have Weiss be the strong, independent woman who don't need no man, I'm also all for that.
sure.
I do hope that they don't just like revert John's personality. Like I don't think they will, but I hope
No,
they
I don't
find
think
out,
so.
No, no.
Like I'm a happier John, but also the more like like wise, like battle hardened. I've been in the ever after for like 20+ years, John.
Yeah, no, it is gonna be that. Like,
Yeah.
he still has all the experience
And the
and
trauma.
whatnot.
And
It's just
everything.
his body is younger.
Yeah. But yeah, they all walk through the gate, but Ruby stops and says thank you to the blacksmith.
Well, we also just forgot to mention that when the portal is made, Ruby asked, like, where will this take us? And the blacksmith's like,
Oh yeah,
oh, when you are needed most.
yeah,
And
And
also,
instead, it sends them back in time instead.
yeah.
I just want to point out, very first thing, Blake and Yang hold hands as they walk through.
Indeed. Although they do swap positions when they get back home, which is a little weird, but
Do they?
yeah, at least I think so. Hold on, let me check.
Let's see.
Hold on,
Yeah, so
Blake was
Yang
on...
Blake was on the left, Yang was on the right when they entered, and then when they leave.
Yeah, they switched positions.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Huh? Weird.
Yang just like, Blake, I didn't realize Ruby was gonna be in the middle. Do you mind if we like, swap real quick?
Yeah, just like spun Blake around before Ruby goes through.
Like I thought that John and Weiss were gonna be on like my right, and then Ruby would be like in between us, but like they're on my left now. So do you mind if we just like shuffle? Sorry.
You know what? Blake would be cool with it because
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
she's a supportive girlfriend.
But yeah, they made it.
And we see Vacuo.
Finally. The first time we saw this
And-
place, it was a sandstorm.
And now it is a lot. Well, still like sandy, obviously, because it's a desert,
Well, yeah, it's-
but no sandstorm, and there's a lot of.
It's a
ships
battlefield,
flying.
basically. Like there's there's a lot here. So
There's not like there's not conflict at this moment. I think
No,
it's just like
but-
Ruby's message worked, and now they've just like reinforced Vacuo.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely
I think-
what's happening because look in the sky. You can see ships from Atlas, Vale, and Mistral.
yeah, as
And
well
Amity
as
Coliseum.
as well as Amity.
Yeah.
So
Which means that Pietro and Maria didn't die.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yes. But
It
also
means that if Amity's here, likely Crow, Robin, and the Aesops are as well.
yeah, probably. Also, I'm going to
We
go
also
ahead.
know that teams Coffee and Sun are already here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and guess time skip. Probably some time has passed. It says when they're needed most. So.
All right, bold predict 4 months.
How long did Amity take to get to Atlas from Vale?
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
Okay, because that'll probably play a factor. Because now it's going from Atlas to Vacuo, which is, if I remember correctly, it's a longer trip. Then
You know, I'm just gonna say, in hindsight, might be a good idea to ask the blacksmith. Actually, can you send us to this specific point? Like
maybe.
when everyone was first in Vacuo, so we don't have to potentially crash our own funeral.
It's like, yeah, maybe, probably. Oh, also, I'd be remiss not to mention, this will be the day leitmotif.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's playing.
It's pretty great. I will forever kick myself that I didn't catch up. I didn't pick up on that my first time.
Also, I want to point this out here as well. This episode, music-wise, absolutely kicked it out the park.
It's so
I love-
good.
The
Totally
song
did.
with the Team RWBY versus Curious fight is so good.
Yeah.
I believe that's Red Light Roses Part 3.
I think
Yeah.
so, but I don't know if they gave it another
Yeah,
name instead.
It,
of Red Light
it
Roses
is
Part
given
3.
another name, but it's also credited as Red Like Roses Part 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I know Worthy from episode 6, you know, that's titled Worthy, but it's also credited as Bumblebee Part 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on, let me see. Videos buffering.
Yep.
That's pretty fun.
Well, so while
I think
Brobuscus is doing this, that's the end of the episode, and, well, if you were like me and thought there was going to be a post-credit scene like at the end of every volume...
There is!
Whoops.
Kind of. It's a promo for the Justice League movie. So...
Which I have to admit was a bit disappointing.
A little
Yeah,
bit, yeah.
They could have done with the post-credit scene.
I just wanted Oscar to not be in pain and to see him. That's all I wanted.
Honestly. Okay, so Red Like Roses Part 3, it's called Guide My Way.
Yeah, I
Ah.
thought that was what it's called, but I wasn't too sure if it was that or Red Like Roses.
It's credited as both.
Yeah, so whichever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Red Light Roses Part 3 Guide My Way. I'm not saying the full thing is
Yeah,
Red
no.
Light Roses.
It's whatever you prefer to call it.
Like it
but
works better for
it-
Bumblebee Part 2 if you combine the two names, but like I'm
Yeah.
not saying like
Yeah,
two long
officially-
name titles.
officially it's both, but same thing with Worthy. You know, you can call it Worthy, you can call it Bumblebee Part 2, it's whatever. Officially it's both, so it's really up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, little sad we didn't get a post-credit scene of like the characters in Vacuo. But
Or even, like, I don't know, Lewis just finishing writing the girl who fell through the world. That's what I thought
know,
the
right?
post-credit scene was going to be.
Yeah,
or, like,
that's what I
the
thought
reveal
too.
That Lewis was like, or the reveal that Lewis was in Oz. I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was.
post-credit
That's
scene.
what I was
Oh.
expecting.
Yeah. Or, honestly, it could have been both.
Yeah. I also.
Just Oz pinning.
Yeah,
Just Oz
okay.
pinning Oscar's head like the sacred timeline is intact, and then Oscar's like,
Right,
what?
now we can actually talk to you about this.
Also, looking through the credits, the special thanks, which is big, by the way. One of them has a bunch of people who are on Twitter who made all those like threads about like analyzing certain scenes, and like really getting into the nitty gritty of it, and they're credited here.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, one of them is also Those Who Always Believed. And now I am, and now I am emotional. Great. But yeah, that's the end of the episode, and that's the end of Volume 9. Crazy that it's already over. But I don't think it could have ended on a better note. This episode is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best finales to a volume we've ever had.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite. I'd probably need to see how it ages a bit before
Yeah.
I say that, but still a phenomenal finale.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we learned a lot about the lore of the gods. We got the completion of RWBY's character arc. We had a great fight scene.
We got to see
Yeah, it was just a
Summer.
great finale.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, what's not to
There's,
love?
so much to speculate about the stuff with Summer and Raven.
Yeah. And you know, honestly, okay, let me make this point clear first, is that I do think we are going to get Volume 10.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely. If
after
anything, they're going to announce RTX.
yeah, after everything, I'd be shocked if we didn't get Volume 10. But that being said, while I don't like to think about the possibility of us not getting Volume 10, I do think the way that this volume ends, while it's not like an absolute, like, it's not like a, this is how you end a show. It's not
No,
the...
it's not.
It's not. It's also not the worst way to end it either. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. Like, we still they still need to deal with Salem. They still need to unite the world or whatever. But Ruby's thank you could also be directed at the audience, which I bet not a lot of people thought about, but now you do. But also they returned home with hope, and now they have an army basically.
Yeah, they've got an army to fight Salem. We got Bumblebee as well. That overarching development that has been around since the show started has been concluded. Yeah. Ruby's character arc is completed. John's character arc is completed. So, of all the ways the show could potentially end...
Weiss is there too.
Yeah, Weiss is there too.
Weiss is...
Okay,
Weiss's character arc...
I'm also just gonna be honest. It's noticeable that Weiss didn't get as much this volume.
Yeah. To be fair, though, Weiss has gotten a lot throughout the other volumes.
Yeah.
So, inevitably, she was going to have to take a bit of a backseat. And while I thought it was a bit of a weird decision to make Weiss the comic relief character for the majority of the volume, I still think they did a great job with it, and I could tell that they enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
With the voice actors, the crew, and everything.
I think maybe cool it down for volume 10 though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially since how many characters we're likely gonna have.
Yeah.
That is kind of my concern as well, with how fast-paced that this volume was. I don't know how well things are going to go with that many characters and with a potentially limited episode time and episode limit, if you know what I mean. Not that I'm doubting RWBY's ability to do it. I think it is a fair thing to consider, because we have so many characters. We have all of Team Juniper. We have all of Team RWBY. We've got the new headmaster to introduce. I know we got introduced to them in the books, but
I am looking forward to seeing Theodore.
Yes, I am looking forward to seeing Theo too. But getting him introduced to the mainstream audience. We have Oscar. We have Winter. We have the new Maiden to get introduced to as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mercury.
Finally meeting the Summer Maiden.
Yeah, we have Mercury and Tyrion's plans. We have Salem potentially on the way. We got to get reunited with Crow, Maria, Pietro, the Aesops, Team Sun, Team Coffee. There's a lot of characters and a lot of stuff that needs to be done next volume.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't want to say that
we gotta have plenty of emotional reunions.
Yeah. I think I wonder because if there is somewhat of a time skip between now and when they fell into the Ever After, I wonder if it'd be a good idea to have Volume 10 be kind of an opposite, kind of the other side of the story. Which admittedly, it would be really weird to have almost, if not an entire volume of RWBY without Team RWBY. But I wonder if it would be better to have that, to kind of have that
I don't know.
For me, I'm thinking what's likely to happen is that I'm predicting next volume is going to be 12 episodes, and I think the first 3 were probably going to be a combination of the Vacuo stuff and probably a Team Stark flashback.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm thinking the first episode or 2 is going to be the Vacuo stuff, what's happened with our Vacuo people, getting all that established for Team RWBY's return. Mm-hmm. And I think, because I'm betting that RWBY, one of the first thing RWBY is going to do is going to be going up to Ozpin and asking what happened to her mother.
Well, Oz doesn't know. Crow said so himself.
Yeah, but to be fair, from what RWBY saw, Summer was saying it was a mission for Ozpin. So
that could have been a cover-up.
That
Wait,
it was
I
a
know
cover
you're
up.
gonna
That's
cover up,
what.
but I'm just saying that's gonna get asked as well. We're gonna have to deal with that, so we could possibly have a team start flashback or like Raven getting called.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's already.
Getting cool. If she shows up, she's getting interrogated.
Yeah, so that's why I think we're getting a team start flashback. So I'm thinking.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Amongst all this crowd, if Raven isn't already here, I'm gonna be shocked.
I mean, I won't be surprised if she's not here, but I also won't be surprised if she is.
I mean, to be fair, I think it's more likely Raven was probably just the taxi for like Ty and Crow.
Well, Crow had his own ride, so.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
still, if he wanted to get there faster, maybe, or like she wanted to check up on him.
Maybe. But yeah, at the very least, like a few episodes, maybe to kickstart Volume 10, kind of show the other side, show what the others have done without Team RWBY. Because like if they're just like if we're just like thrown into the thick of it, and like all of a sudden like these characters are like a year older or something. I don't know. I'm spitballing a year.
I'm not a fan of that. If they do
like,
that, though, to be fair, what we're saying is very dependent on how big of a time skip there is.
Right.
Because to be completely fair, I don't think this is the case. But they could just say it's been like 2-3 weeks, and then like not too.
With
much
how
has happened.
fast some of these things got here, I doubt it.
As do I, but I'm just saying if they wanted to do it in a way that they don't have to have like a characters in vacuo like episode or two, that could be the way to avoid it by just saying it's been like a month or something and there's not been too much happening.
I also thought maybe in another E.C. Myers book, like make a whole Vacuo trilogy.
Nah, I don't know about that. Cause
I mean, I think the stuff that's happened in Vacuo is so important they can't really put it in a book.
It was just an idea.
No, I think it's a fair idea, but like RWBY has been very good at putting the stuff in their books to be relevant to the main story, but not required reading, which is
right.
Which a lot of franchises fail to do.
Yeah, true.
And RWBY has been very good at making it so like you are rewarded for reading the books, but you are not required to read them.
Yeah.
I guess Neo's a prime example of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And probably there's going to be references to the Vacuo books with Team Sun and Team Coffee in Volume 10 that, you know, are not, like, big enough to where it, like, ruins the experience if you don't read them, but, like, book readers are rewarded for reading them.
Right.
I'm also just thinking of, like, possible interactions I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is something I wanted for a while. Now that Blake and Yang are actually a couple, I really, really want it.
His son's reaction?
No, I want to see Blake introduce the team to her parents.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, introduce Yang as her girlfriend, and I want to see, like, gay panic scared Yang.
To be fair,
Look,
Kali and Gira might
we
be
got a
here.
taste of it, like, during that confession. It is adorable.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
It'd be cute.
You know what'd be really funny though? If like both Ty and Gira and Kali are here. So it's both Yang introducing Blake to Ty and Blake introducing Yang to her parents at the same time. So it's double double the gay panic.
Man,
You know,
I don't.
I can see Ty just being like, "Huh, I always knew Yang was a cat person."
Man, I'm just imagining like interactions between Ty and Gira, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Honestly, they'd be drinking buddies.
yeah, probably.
I've seen fan art of that.
Yes, I have too.
It's like Crow, Gera, Ty, and Jock for some reason. It should have been Klein, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like, where the dad's drinking.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
It was actually pretty recent.
I think it was
okay.
like a week or two ago I saw it.
Okay. I was gonna say if this was like, you know, like maybe like right after we met Gira, then like maybe I could see it. Cause like we didn't really know the full ramifications of how bad of a person Jacques is, or I guess was.
And we got an idea.
I mean, yeah, we had an idea, but like we didn't get the full picture.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
now that we
I still
do,
think it should have been Klein.
I mean, yeah, but now that we do have the full picture, that just feels wrong.
Yeah. Either way, though, we're gonna get there's a lot of potential for really cool character interactions that we've not had before.
Yeah.
For instance, I would like to see, this is like a small one, I would like to see Coco and Ilya interact. I think
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm chuckling because I paired those two up in my fast
Yeah.
It's like when you did that's when I realized like that would legit actually be a cool thing if that, like, not even from like a ship perspective, but just I think those two interacting would be fun.
Yeah. I just want to see more of Coco and her
Yeah.
team. It's like what we have is neat, but you know, speaking as someone who hasn't read the books, like what I've seen, it doesn't give me like a super solid indication of them as characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want Team RWBY to get introduced to Fox's semblance.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Brobuscus, you don't know what it is, right?
I believe I might have looked it up at some point, but I have forgotten.
Okay, they call it TeamSpeak,
Okay.
and yeah, he has telepathy.
Oh, great.
So he uses it to 15 coffee. He can just make it so that they can just talk in their heads.
Is that why he
a
doesn't
super
speak
useful-
ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he doesn't speak. He doesn't like speaking.
Okay, cool.
Well, no, he does. He just, and he also doesn't like just tell everyone about it. Like he only uses it with people he trusts.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if anyone
Also-
else saw this. There were so many people that were like, "Oh yeah, Fox and Neo."
No.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah. Nope. Pass.
Yeah, because
Pass.
me too. But like I don't know, like just you bringing up Fox reminded me of how much like fan art I saw of that, like specifically over the past few weeks. I don't know why.
It was
I've
them
been
being
seeing-
desperate of just wanting Neo to get redeemed, come back, and yeah.
I will say this one interaction I want to see, and this is assuming. Okay, this is assuming a lot of things, but this is mostly assuming that we do see stuff in between the time skip. I want to see more of Crow and Raven. Like I want to see Raven.
Yeah.
I want to see Raven show up in Vacuo before Team RWBY do, and she and Crow have a chat. Because you know, now at this point, like everyone assumes that Team RWBY is dead. So I want to see
yeah, I have to tell
and
I have to
Crow.
tell Raven that. Oh yeah, that daughter you abandoned.
Yeah, she's dead now. Yeah, I want to see Crow break the ice, basically.
I think the worst part is I think Raven would probably just double down hearing that. But like I said, this is what would happen if they fought Salem.
I mean, she might say that, but I doubt she means it.
Probably not, but I'm just saying I could see that being her reaction. Like, while
I could also see like Crow like just tearing into Raven of just like, if you had actually stayed and fought alongside us, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
See, my thought was like,
Maybe.
it's like, yeah, maybe we do get that, but as it's going on, Raven's just like, she's trying to keep her cool, basically. She's like, but like you can tell that like deep inside she's heartbroken. Like
Yeah.
Regardless of what she'll say, Yang's still her daughter. So I could just imagine, like, Raven does put on this, like, cool act. It's like, well, this is what I said would happen. But as Crow is, like, ripping into her her thought process, Raven's just, like, slowly breaking down.
Basically, just redo the Watson Cinder thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could. I guess something like that.
Well, hell, even have Winter, like, just chime in.
Yeah, I mean,
Because, I don't know, Raven is a maiden, just like Winter is now.
yeah, sure, why not?
A small
And it's
thing that
just
I
like,
want.
you have all this power, and what do you do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. I'm actually using my power for something. Also, this is a small thing, but I want an Oscar training arc.
Sure, why not?
Oh, and like the most obvious thing, new outfits for everybody.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've
And
reached.
look, Blake, get yourself out of that cat suit, okay?
I know, right? Like,
Not a good idea to have in the desert.
and in turn, Yang should probably get out of that bomber jacket. It's a neat jacket, but it's probably going to be hell on her in the heat.
Same with Weiss as well. Her outfit has so many layers that it's probably not that. Like, I think, like, unironically, Ruby's outfit is probably the best for
Right.
the desert out of all of them.
And
Which
even
is-
then,
Yeah, no, it's still not good for the desert, but it's the best out of all of
to me-
them.
Actually, no, John would probably be, because aside from the armor, he's basically just wearing jeans and a hoodie.
That's
Which
true.
isn't great, but it's better
in my
than a cat
experience, black isn't a good color to be wearing.
in the
That's
heat. Yeah,
also
fair-
true.
Yeah, because it traps the heat and just makes
Yeah.
it worse.
That is also true. Yes. But yeah, new outfits for everybody. We've reached that point of the story. It's like it seems like every 3 volumes we get new outfits. So let's keep that trend going, especially since the outfits they currently have are meant for the snow. We are not in the snow anymore.
Also, I demand a scene of Team Ruby plus John walking to Vacuo from where they are, and just like progressively getting more and more like tired as they do so because of the heat and the outfits they're wearing.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get it, but I think that would be a fun scene. Or like a fun gag for like a couple seconds.
And while so many people resist the urge to play certain themes in videos,
Well, something I haven't seen a lot of talk about. So, the blacksmith restores Jean back to his younger self. Do you think she restored his sword as well?
I can
who
see why
knows?
not, because it repaired his armor and gave him his hoodie back.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Like, she recreated his old outfit to like to the exact like special God, I can't speak today. Like recreated his old outfit like exactly down to the last precise detail. So I don't think it would just be like, oh, and my sword's broken.
Yeah. Also, she's literally a blacksmith. It's like,
Yeah.
of all the things she'd fix on Jean, the one thing is not the sword.
I know, that would be kind of funny, but I don't see it. What I thought was gonna happen though is I thought this like the dagger was gonna fuse with John's sword to repair it.
Eh,
Which, you know, might be the case still.
maybe it did. We won't know. At least not for another, I don't know, at least year and a half.
To be fair, I would find it'd be quite funny if like John's sword just is like the amalgamation of people he knew like weapons. It's got Kira's medal in it. It's got Alex's sword, Alex's dagger.
I could make this so much darker and I don't want to.
Yeah, probably a good idea. But Yeah, I think that's everything. At least nothing's coming to mind right now. So
Yeah, I think we
Plus,
covered
I guess I could
everything.
also say, like, just in general, I want to see reactions to Blake and Yang's news.
Mhm.
yeah,
I think I saw fan art of that where it's just like Yang and Blake saying, "Oh yeah, we're together now," and Ren just casually congrats. Nora going, "I missed it." Crow going, "Finally," and everyone leans over
probably.
to Oscar and is like, "Wait, weren't they already together?"
That would be Oscar's reaction.
Yeah.
No, that's Emerald.
To
Oh,
be
it's
fair,
Emerald.
That would be both. That would be both of their reactions.
Big one I want to see in that regard. I mean, obvious pick is obvious, but big one I want to see in that regard is Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's honestly gonna make or break Sun for people in my eyes, because
Yeah,
how I would do it, you could have him understandably be just like a bit hurt.
yeah,
No.
yeah, sure.
Okay, but be super happy for the two. But the moment they're gone, that's when he lets it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, just and like consoles in Neptune or like, well, I would say Scarlet and Sage, but like, it's gonna be Neptune. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be Neptune. Team Sun's actual initials are just SN.
Basically.
pretty much.
But yeah, like I want to say this as well. We talked about this briefly when the B kiss actually happened. But just because Sun might be like a little bit like, oh, you know, that's a shame or anything, or like a little bit like
Oh no.
upset, does not make him a bad person or anything like that.
No.
Because he also did have a crush on Blake. But it is within his character from everything we've seen for him to be like, yeah, I'm a little bit sad I don't get to date Blake, but Blake is happy, Yang is happy, they're both my friends. I care about their happiness more.
Yeah,
That is like, I'm almost like 100% sure that is what is going to happen.
yeah. In the midst of all that, I heard an "oh no" from Mate. So you wanna share with the class what you thought of?
No, I was just thinking, could you imagine if like he sees them, just doesn't even think, rushes over to Blake, maybe kisses her, and
Oh.
Blake's all, son, I don't think that was a good idea. Why? And then just out of nowhere, just boom.
Oh man.
I hope they don't do that personally.
No, I
don't want them
I
to.
don't-
They won't.
they
That is
won't.
a fan comic. That is a comic, not the actual show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that as a comic.
I can see that being a hilarious comic, honestly. 18 on such, get on that.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, that is Volume 9.
I want to
So
say probably my new favorite volume.
you know what? I'm gonna say this is easily my new favorite volume.
Yeah, I'm probably the same, to be honest.
Like, man, this gave us a lot for only 10 episodes. There was a lot to unpack here, and I'm all for it. So yeah, let's just hope that let's hope that Volume 10 gets greenlit. Let's hope Crunchyroll gets on that.
Fix his subtitles.
I also
Yeah.
fix the subtitles. Yes, we thought that. Well, I don't know if we actually thought, but we had the idea that maybe they'd fix it by the time the volume ends. The volume is over. They're still not fixed.
Essentially, if the overall, like, before Volume 10, Volume 9 review, if the title is the subtitles are fixed, you'll know.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll be like the title. It'll be like BrobusCast Review Edition. The subtitles are here. That'll be the Volume 9 review.
There you
No,
go.
it'll just be subtitles with so many exclamation marks.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think we should do that. Like,
Should we just wait until subtitles are actually fixed and then just do that for a piss take?
To be fair, we might be waiting for like years.
Yeah,
like,
maybe. Because I actually,
RWBY might legitimately end as a show, and then they still won't have subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny is I actually went back to some of the earlier episodes of RWBY to see like, is this like just a Volume 9 thing, or is this like a problem with the show as a whole? They're not there either. So, to be honest, I don't think the subtitles are ever going to show up. Like at this rate.
I mean, to be fair, I'm glad it's not just a Volume 9 thing.
I actually, honestly, I think that makes it worse.
But damn, my Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll, I defy you to get thy shit fixed.
So yeah, and then obviously we have the Justice League movie coming out. We're probably going to do an episode on that.
Which
but,
I've watched.
Yeah, but at the moment, Mate's the only one who's seen it, because at the time of...
Me and Brobuscus still haven't, and it's not been officially released as of the time of recording, which is the 24th.
Yeah. It'll be out tomorrow. I will probably watch it tomorrow.
Me too, if I can find it. Like, because I know sometimes when, like YouTube, for instance, like, I'd probably, like, buy or rent it off of YouTube if they'll do that. If not, I'll...
oh, no, that is a thing.
Yeah, so I'll probably just watch it on YouTube tomorrow.
And wait, do you have iTunes?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get it off there, too.
Yeah, exactly. So me and Brobuscus will see it, soon, and then we can do another review on that, most likely. We could do
Probably not gonna do, like, a massive scene-by-scene discussion.
Probably not.
Yeah, because
probably not.
It's like, how long, mate? Like an hour plus?
Hang on. On the back of the case, it says 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
hour 20.
Yeah,
like,
hour
unless
20.
You want a 10-hour podcast for not doing it scene by scene.
Yeah. No,
and
we're
if
not.
You want that?
No, we are.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
If you want that, well, tough. You're not getting it.
We also might force Brobuscus to read the books or listen to the books, and maybe do one on that.
No, I think it's better if we do that and I don't read them.
Oh, so we can just tell you all the plot points and what everyone is like.
Talking about the books and you reacting to it.
Yeah.
I'm down for that, honestly.
Screw it.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to the After the Fall audio, but I went through Before the Dawn during Volume 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have
to. And then
realize,
oh wait, Neo's actually in this volume. I should probably do Roman Holiday again, shouldn't I?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about Roman Holiday. Yeah.
We'll focus on the Coffee and Sun ones.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Imagine us three doing an entire podcast just dedicated to Neo. Couldn't be us.
You don't expect that from us. You were watching the wrong podcast.
No, we do it, and then the twist at the end is just like, oh, it was illusions.
No, that's right. April Fool's video for next year, Brobuscus. You gotta do it.
There you go. And then on top of all that,
you know what? It's the thumbnail is just like Roman Holiday discussion, and then it turns out it's just us talking about my fanfic.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm writing that down. I demand we do that.
Next year for April Fools. You do realize that I'm cutting this part out of the video now, right?
Oh yeah, probably.
Probably, but still.
Well, on top of all that, we also have RTX coming up around the corner. More than most likely going to be a RWBY panel.
And I will meet.
Maybe. I know for a fact I'm gonna be making a video about my trip. Like,
yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I did vlogs for a little bit, like on a once in a blue moon back in the day. You better believe I'm gonna be bringing that crap back. If I actually do manage to go to RTX.
Time to dust off the old camcorder.
Oh,
Yeah,
something I absolutely recommend you do is bring your Switch and Mario Kart.
I will take note of that. But yeah, if by camcorder you mean my iPhone, then yeah. I mean, I'm not too worried about it, but I better hope that there's. I better make sure that there's enough space for that. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could probably just throw the individual shots on Google Drive. I don't know. It shouldn't be too big a deal, but
When you said room, I thought you were talking about like a suitcase or something.
His suitcase is just so filled, he doesn't have room for a phone. It's just that tightly packed.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm actually a really light hacker.
At least you don't have to travel transatlantic.
Oh
that's
yeah,
true. That's true.
That is going to be difficult for you and me if I ever go to RTX.
I've done it twice.
Yeah, I couldn't this year. I'm hoping maybe next year, but this year is a no, unfortunately.
Oof.
I will go one day. And then probably complain about flying transatlantic.
But
there's a good chance if you head down to like a London airport for it, me and you could get the same flight.
Yeah, that would make it much better than me just getting it from somewhere that is like in Scotland. Like I'd probably go to England because it'd probably be cheaper for me to go from England than to go.
Let's get a bullet train from Edinburgh to London or something, then.
Yeah. And then go for London.
I think the one I usually go to is Heathrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, at least Heathrow was the one I went to last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the time before that. That's where I'm going this year.
There we go. He froze the way.
Well, all right then. I think that'll just about do it. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope. Let us know what you thought about Volume 9. And I guess we'll see you guys. I'm guessing next time is going to be the Justice League movie. So
yeah, most likely.
So I guess we'll see you then. With that said, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Like one this volume.